In this video, we're going to take a look at the Course Information Management System. This is also known as the CIM, and it's located in Atlas in the Faculty tab. Within the Faculty tab, you'll see the Faculty Tools area on the right-hand side, and look for the Course Information Management System link. We'll click on that link, and it'll take us to the tool. From here at the top, you can read a little bit more about the tool and who the contact person is at the time of when you're watching the video. You can look at various areas of the tool. There's course outlines, course forms, program forms, and miscellaneous forms. So the course outlines is the most commonly used area. It's used to locate your course outcomes, course descriptions, corresponding evidence of learning, and other indicators of learning as well. So we'll click into this tab, and if it's not already selected, and then click on the yellow rectangle. And it sometimes will come up with another little square there before you click there with a red circle. You'll want to just click into that. It'll make sure that you're signed in. And then from here, you can start typing in a prefix. So I'm typing in the Humanities HUM. And then all of the HUM courses that are in the system will appear below. And you just have to scroll and look for it. And if it's not there, then for some reason it's not in the system, and your department would need to go to propose a new outline by clicking on this green button to build your own from scratch. But if you're making changes to an existing outline, you'll just click on one of the courses, and all of this information will generate below. You get some options. You can export this as a PDF for your own reference. You can export it to Word. And then over here on the history, you can see the last time this outline was updated and who it was updated by. So we want to definitely see faculty represented in the history here of who is updating these, and we definitely want to see, for this it would be humanities. So moving forward, we'd like to see more humanities faculty be the ones whose names are represented in updating this information. So on the CIM, you can see general information about the course. You can see who the dean is for this given version of it. So the dean was over at East when this one was submitted. And you can see the course description is here, and this is what appears in the catalog. You can see the major topics, and then the outcomes are listed here in bold. And then underneath those outcomes, you have corresponding evidence of learning, which are similar to course outcomes. They're just breaking down this outcome a little bit more. And the TVCA indicators and assessments as well that talk about think, value, communicate, and act, and how those could be assessed, different ideas for that. Because this is a Gen Ed course, this one also has Gen Ed outcome indicators as well, and talks about how it's aligned to these Gen Ed outcome indicators. So actually this one right here selected 2 Gen Ed outcomes, but it didn't have an indicator or an assessment for showing sensitivity toward cultural perspectives. So that's one that may need to be updated. So if we go back up, let's go to Modify Outline. And this is where you can make the changes. Now, anyone who makes this change, it will have to go through a sort of like an approval process. But any changes you make will be visible to everybody who visits this page. And certain faculty within the discipline will be notified to vote on it if you submit the changes. So let's take a look at what that might look like. So you probably won't change anything at the top here unless there's a major change to the course. The catalog description might change over time, but right now I think the focus of our work is thinking a lot about maybe major topics, these are the topics that the course covers, and how those are worded, and the outcomes. The outcomes are thinking about the measurable things that the students will be assessed on by the end of the course. And these are the things that we want to be outwardly measurable and clear to our students. So you can see that you can change the wording if you type something in here. So if we wanted to specify what this meant, we could add any changes into this text editor. You can see the evidences of learning. If you click on the pencil here, it'll open up and you can see the 3 evidences of learning for this first outcome. Students will attend a cultural event, students will be able to reflect, students will be able to communicate. And so any of those, if you feel like they're not measurable enough, you would make those changes. And then you can change the order too with these green arrows to move up or down. You can remove them if you don't like them there by clicking on that X icon. We'll cancel out of this. If there is a shared assessment, this is like something that is being used. I've seen a lot of the shared assessment be a certain word count for Gordon Rule classes of an essay or something like that. You could put that in there. And then any changes you make, you can hit Save Changes. When you're ready for these changes to be visible to everyone to vote on, you'll click Save and Submit. And any changes you make will kind of look like in Microsoft Word when you're doing the review mode and you're making changes to the document. Let's say you took out a word. If I deleted the word cultural here, that would show up with a line through it, and then any added word would be added in a different color. And so that would just make it clear what changes were made to this. So that is how those changes will be visible, and those will be sent to the faculty to vote on. Any of those changes will appear in this history as to where we are in the process of voting. It'll say revisions made, submitted to faculty to vote, and we'll know where we are in the process there. So that's how you make those changes in the outline.